Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. I was a bit confused as to how to get in because I've never done a doubler.
No, not what I've heard.
You're my first.
I had never done it before either, but it's actually surprisingly easy.
Yeah, aye, that was fine. But now I know, like, sometimes when you're doing a live video and it pops up, somebody's requested to join. Usually on my feed, it's Indian men.
I was going to say.
Just let one of them join for a laugh. See what
I
happens.
love watching any of your lives. There's just Indian men proposing to you constantly.
No, some of them are really nice. Like, they say really nice comments, and some of them are rude. Really bad. Like,
I had someone ask you some really fucking inappropriate questions.
I know.
The other day.
Sometimes, like, there was a guy once, and it was brilliant. I'd only just started fitness actually, and he'd messaged me several times, and I didn't get it. I didn't get the message. Not that I would have replied anyway, but it got to the stage where he said to me, when I eventually found this set of messages, it said something like "fuck you, plastic boob." Arrogant, but just one boob. So that really tickled me because I was like, plastic boob, just one. There's two.
I love it when they've tried to romance you, you've ignored them, and then they just turn to hate immediately.
I know, it's brilliant.
You must have met them all on your body power tour, right?
I met a lot of the Indian followers on my body power tour, but they a lot of the guys won't approach you either because they've got quite strong religious views, and some of them are totally fine with it, but others are like, no, women shouldn't be doing that as far as they're concerned.
Shouldn't be allowed out of the house.
So like some of them would completely ignore me to speak to Tom. Like I didn't have any sort of presence there with him.
That's so funny. And you're like, excuse me.
It's strange to experience that because we're so used to the opposite now. Like the competitions there, females were allowed to compete only in some cities, and there was only ever like 6 was the maximum we got.
That's because, so crazy, isn't it?
I know it's really eye opening to see how other cultures still perceive bodybuilding. Yeah.
And just women in general.
Yep. Definitely.
And then there's us two big mouths come like, well, we're bigger than men.
I know.
You will treat us the same.
You know Donna Cowan, don't you?
Yeah.
So I think at some point she's moving to Abu Dhabi, and I was like, you'll get killed. Like, somebody will do you in all there for the things you say.
Yeah, I was just thinking I wanted to move to Dubai for a while. It's tax-free. Oh, yeah, cheers. But I just thought, I'm not a meek woman, you know, like I'm not able to bite my tongue, and if someone treats me in the way that they do there sometimes, I'm going to kick back and I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just knew that it was not the place for me because of their views on women.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what we're going to talk about today, I suppose. Just being yourself and being authentic, and like in this crazy, wild, fake, like fitness world, I suppose. I always get a lot of comments about how I just me. And everyone always, the feedback I mostly get from my followers is just, it's so nice and refreshing to hear someone talk about the lows as well as the highs, or not just constantly sticking their arsehole in their face. You know, I show my off-season body, which probably isn't actually that different to my on-season body. You know, like I show the rough with the smooth. And I think that a lot of people are still too scared to do that because they're either not confident enough to just be themselves, or they're trying to play the game.
Yeah.
I fucking hate the game.
That is the one thing that I would say turns me off people the most. Like, see that I feel like I've never went down that road.
No.
And I understand why people do. I get it. But as soon as I get a sense of that, I'm like, right, you've kind of went, in my estimation, like you've went down.
Yeah.
Unfollow. I don't know, it's
we think we're both the same kind of person. I think we really value authenticity, and I want to know the person is genuine no matter who they are. So as soon as I get that sniff that someone is trying to play a game, I lose respect for them as well. These bloody follow loops that are happening at the moment. Everyone's in this group and they're all following each other and they all comment on each other's pages and like each other's pictures. You can see it from a mile away. The people that have invited me, I'm like, really? I don't want that.
I think that a lot of people get confused and think that that's going to build their business, because inherently Instagram really, like, the only reason I've got the business that I've got is because of Instagram.
Yeah.
But all that fake following and interaction, it cannot be successful based on that. It might be successful for a second, but like you said, as soon as people get a sniff of that, they're going to go, oh, nah, that's a load of shit. And I find that as soon as that shit has been there, it's hard to clean the shit off.
Yeah.
Shit sticks.
It does.
So I think that it's not a good business tactic. It's just not.
It's like when people used to buy their followers. I don't know if they can even still do that anymore, but I can remember when I first joined Instagram, people used to buy their followers, and then there's no engagement. You get engagement on the 3 posts or whatever it was that you bought with your package, and then you've got, say, 20,000 followers, but 50 likes on each post, and no one's commenting, and you don't have any actual engagement with the people that you follow. What's the point in putting so much time and effort into your content and not getting any value out of it, really? Yeah.
I think there's a massive difference between looking successful and actually being successful. So a lot of people look successful on Instagram, and then there's people where, like, I've not got a big following, but I'm probably making more money than quite a lot of people.
Mags is quite big. But you've built that up over a long time, right?
Long time.
How many years have you been on Instagram?
I think about 4 years, but actively maybe about 3. So like I joined it similar to TikTok. I joined it, didn't use it, and then eventually got into it. Yeah. So just, it's natural growth, and I'd much rather that. Like, you get these people in your inbox all the time saying, oh, we'll enhance your following and all the rest of it. And there must be business to be made in that, because there's a lot of them. So they must make money. But it's never been for me. I don't want random people to follow me. I want people to follow me because they want to hear me talking shite.
Yeah, I mean, I think because we do post quite a lot in our stories, and a lot of it is our personal life and our pets. So many pets.
Yeah.
Those people have to really like you to go through the ordeal of watching everyone, right?
I know. As it's
I can just imagine that some people follow me, especially after competition season, right? You pick up a lot of followers because they want to see you training, they want to see all the highs, and then they see you sobbing because it's quarantine. And you're like, only the true followers remain.
I know. Or they see your off-season body and they're like, who is this imposter? Actually, the first time I went to India, it was a bit like that, because I think, like, you know what you've said about your off-season body and your stage body, they are different, but they're
not a million miles apart.
Like, people wouldn't look at you and go, oh, holy fuck, she's get fat. Whereas my off-season body and my stage body is quite different. Like, it takes a lot of effort for me to look how I look when I post, like the photo I posted this morning. It probably is maintainable if I wanted to torture myself, but I just don't. So I think that sometimes, like when I went to India the first time, I think a lot of people were quite shocked. Like, I never had full abs, but I still had an ab outline, but I was much softer. And I think they were just a bit like, we've been cheated here. But when I went the second time, and I was absolutely ripped because I was 3 weeks away from competition, they were like, oh, there she is. She does look like that. But a few of them have commented, like, on my recent lives, oh, you're fat.
What?
And I think, no, they have. They've come on and they've went, you look fat. And it's a bit, I think maybe years ago I'd have really took that to heart, and I'd have probably came off the live and I'd be like, I'm not going to offer that service again. I'm not going to come online and do any training. I'm going to diet. I'm not going to eat anything today. But now I was just like, I've got a bit of fat on me, but I'm certainly not fat. Do you know what I mean? So
I think that comes with self-esteem and self-confidence, comes with age as well, right? Like,
yeah,
I think as I get older and further, I mean, I'm really old. As I get older, I really give less fucks about everything, you know?
yes.
Like, just less. Because you really realise that it doesn't even matter. Like, and
it's
there's very
so
few
freeing.
people that I give a fuck what they think about me, you know?
Yeah. And it's so freeing to have that type of mindset, but it's hard to get. Like, I often find that it'll only come to people if they've went through quite a traumatic life event and they realise, fuck, that's what was important. So it trivialises everything else that you used to find, oh, I couldn't possibly post that or do this.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people, like, you can explain that, like, oh, just don't worry about it, don't give a fuck. But for them to actually take that step, they need to experience something probably pretty tragic or horrible to realise there is more to life than the internet. And
I think it really depends on who you've got around you as well. If you've got a tight little circle of supportive people that love you, regardless of what you look like or the shit that comes out of your mouth, you know, you're just an inherently happier person. You really don't give a fuck what some dude on the internet thinks. Like, you know?
Yeah, definitely. You learn to place your importance. Like, if Tom had turned around and said to me, you're getting fat, then I'd have been like, maybe I'll rein my eating in a bit, and, you know, then I'd think that he was trying to help.
Yeah.
But like a random person on the internet, I'm just like,
half of these people just live to troll, don't they? They're bored at home and they're just like keyboard warriors. Like, all right, mate, whatever.
I think that's crazy, like, where that comes from, because like my mum always taught me, if you've not got anything nice to say, don't say it. So there are things that I look at on my feed and I go, oh, what the fuck is that person talking about? But I wouldn't actively call them out unless I felt they were doing the same to somebody else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, why can people not just let things go?
I used to worry about, like, the way I am, and I'm so outspoken and I'm just talk about whatever the fuck I want. And I used to worry that it would alienate, like, my followers, or they wouldn't want to hear about it. And then just realising that they can just unfollow me if they don't like my page, right? And some of my actual friends in real life, we don't follow each other because they're not interested in the fitness thing. I got into it very late in my life, so I've got a whole life before it. They don't give a fuck about how much I can deadlift, and they definitely don't want to see me in my knickers going, oh, it's growing, you know, like hump day. So yeah, we just don't follow each other, and there's no animosity through it. It's just like different interests. I love you in real life. I've got a relationship with you in real life, and I really don't need you to be enduring my page. And I'm like, don't even mute it, just unfollow me. It's cool. Like,
I think sometimes people can take massive offense when somebody unfollows them, and that's like that's lies within them. So for example, if you unfollowed me and I was offended, you've no set out to put offence on me, but I'm taking it, so it's me that's got the problem. So I should then be thinking to myself, right, why am I upset that Martina doesn't follow me? Why does it matter? Do you know? But the other thing that I was going to say on that, what we were talking about there, has completely went out of my head, but it might come back.
We'll just keep talking.
That's what I was going to say, actually. What I find quite upsetting, no for me, but when I see maybe some of my clients or people I know, and they feel that they need to set up a different Instagram for their fitness, as though that isn't part of them. Like, why can your friends not accept your growth?
I've got two.
I know that you've got two.
Yeah. So that's why this is the other Martina, because I've got my original page, and then I set up the other Martina. And the other one is just literally my favourite holiday photos. It's my face, whereas this one is my body.
Right,
but yeah,
okay.
I also, because I started, so I didn't start training until I was like 31, 32. And my friends were literally like, you're too old to be a fitness model. And I was like, I don't want to be a fitness model. And now it's like, probably am a bit of a fitness model.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
But yeah, they weren't supportive, to be honest. Because I was a party girl, you know. Like, I was literally going out on Friday night, coming home on Sunday night. Jaeger bombs fueled the whole weekend. So it was such a massive change of lifestyle for me that I just found it easier to split them out. But now I wish that they were together. I wish I didn't do that, because it's like an alter ego. But that's not me, you know. This is my whole lifestyle. Yeah,
like you can be everything though. That's the thing, isn't it? Like you can be a gym freak, as they call us, and also be a party girl when it suits you. So,
and actually it's good to show that you can have balance and still be successful as a competitor, or to diet. You know, you don't have to go balls to the wall 24/7 to get results. That's what I like about both of our Instagrams. It shows enough of our personal life that people can see how we live. We keep enough back for ourselves and our loved ones, but it just shows that you can have it all if you know how to work it effectively. I mean, because you've got about 7 million different businesses now that all kind of interconnect with each other. What was your first? The first one, posing, wasn't it?
The first one was the posing. It was the posing, and we started that in Scotland, and it was, I'll be honest, like nobody else was doing it then. So the people that are really good at it now, they weren't doing it, and people had nobody to go to. And it just so happened that I had started competing, and I'm not left-footed, but I just couldn't. I didn't know how to pose. And I'd never really experienced this before for another female. I wasn't very much a girl's girl. I was quite a loner. But this lass on Instagram called Amma messaged me, and she was like the current British champion, and she was like, "I'd love to pose with you. Will we meet in the gym and have a session and pose?" And I was like, my initial first thought was, what does she want? What is she getting out of this? Because I'd never actually just had another female approach me. Like everybody else that I'd encountered so far in the bodybuilding industry didn't want to show me how to pose, because they want you to do well, but they don't want you to do better than them. You know what I mean? And I still see a lot of that. Like I see a lot of people, a lot of fake friendships, I would say. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's a wee bit on the cusp. So I went and met her. She taught me how to pose. And we started a business together with 2 other females as well. And it was brilliant. Like it felt like real girl power, because you were helping people. Obviously we were getting paid for it, do you know what I mean? But you were showing people, like when people, all my businesses revolve around showing women what they can be. And I suppose that was the first physical, like I could give them an instant physical transformation just with putting them in a pose, and they'd be like, fuck, I look good. So I'd instantly made that person feel better in seconds. And then everything just kind of stemmed for that. Like,
And how do you juggle your time between them all? Because I can imagine in competition season, you must literally have barely any sleep.
There are late nights. The bikinis are probably the business that stresses me the most, because, again, I want to make, like, you know, people kind of put it in line with a wedding dress. That minute they put on their bikini, they're like, wow, this is actually how I look for stage. It's that realisation so much work's went into it. And I worry about that. Like, I worry about people getting their bikinis and going, oh, this isn't as good as I thought it was, or stuff like that. So that's probably the one that makes me think, oh, fuck, I really hope they like it. I like, see when somebody gets their bikini and they don't message me right away, but I know they've got it. I sit there like, oh, this is strange. I wonder if everything's all right. Because I also realise that being quite a strong personality, sometimes people don't want to say to you, here, I don't like this. But I'm offering them a service. So I would never be like, well, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. Do you know what I mean? I'd be like, right, how can we fix this? And I think when women are outspoken at times and quite successful, people find them unapproachable. And that's a real barrier in mine that I'm coming up against, like, even with the coaching. So if somebody maybe wants to go somewhere else or try a different coach, which is fine.
Yeah.
They don't feel they can say to me, listen, I'm going to go elsewhere. But they absolutely can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's a service at the end of the day. So if they feel they could get a better service elsewhere, or are going to do better with somebody else, then by all means, like, do what you need to do for you.
Yeah.
So I think, do you find that is like people find you unapproachable, or they'll say to you, oh, I thought you were a bitch.
Oh, that's the one. Oh, I thought you were a bitch. And then people will, like, it was really weird. I was at work, and I only work with 8 people, right? I work in this software firm. And one of them made a comment about me not being a girl's girl. And I'm like, I pride myself on being girl power. Like, all my friends are strong, intelligent, successful women, and we all challenge each other, and there's no like kissing each other's ass, and if you ever do compliment each other, you really fucking mean it. You know, like I'm surrounded by amazing women, like, and even these series of Insta lives, they're all my friends, right? And they're like really incredible, apart from Natty Dreadlock bitch. You're a bitch, but a lovely bitch. But you know, like, I've really prided myself on being for women, and all my friends are female. And then a lot of, especially men, will be like, oh, I bet other women hate you. And it's like, why would they? Like, I don't have the kind of people in my circle that would be intimidated by each other's success. We're proud of each other. But I do realize there are a lot of women that are insecure. Maybe they're younger, because I was like it when I was younger. In my 20s, I was crazy insecure, and I was intimidated by people. So I think that now a lot of people would say to me, especially the younger girls, I've got a lot of girls in their mid-20s that I'm younger with, because of friends with, because they're competing, right? Because they're all bloody 10 years younger than me. And they will always say, like, they would have expected me to be a bitch. And it's like, I can't think of anything worse. I want to empower people. I want them to feel good about themselves. You know, they're only ever going to remember how you make them feel. Not what you look like, or, you know, the things you do, what the clothes you're wearing. And I want to make them feel good. But yeah, people are usually quite surprised by that, especially, I suppose, at work, because I am in charge. So it's like, I have to tread a fine line at work between being professional and being the boss, but also being a mentor and approachable, and someone that they can come to when they've got a problem without thinking that they're going to get in trouble. And it is definitely comes with age and experience. I think you just don't have an ego at my age anymore, because you've been trodden down so many times. But it's what you said about the trauma. I think if you have had enough struggles in your life, you do have perspective on what is important, and you just leave your ego at the door. I think as well, when you age, like, it kind of becomes, you're not easily embarrassed. So, like, if I got on stage and I fell on my arse, or my pants snapped off, if I was 20, I would hide for the world. Dead.
That
God.
Me. Whereas now, I'd probably be like,
you post it on Instagram, right?
Because it's, you know, it's one of the things that it's not, nobody, it's funny, right, what's happened to you. It's probably embarrassing for you, but it's not a big deal.
No,
it's just not. And I think that comes with time, like, just not to be worried about failing publicly.
I'd do anything to make other people laugh at my expense, to be honest.
But even like what people say, like failing forward, at least you've had the balls to try. And I think that's one of the reasons that I've got so many businesses. Like, when I said years ago, I'm going to run a bodybuilding show, I'd only started bodybuilding for a year. And it was actually Ryan for PCA contacted me, because I was a competitor. He was asking me to do his show, and I was like, you know, I can't do your show. I'm going to do WBFF. Had blinkers on. WBFF. And he said, well, do you want to run a show? And I was like, that, what? I says, I think you've mistook me for somebody else. I was like that. I'm just a lassie in Scotland that competes. I don't know the first thing about running a show. And he was like that, but you'll learn on the way, won't you? And I was like, well, I will. So I dropped into the group message with my close friends, I'm going to run a show. Silence.
Yeah.
Nothing. And I was like, fucking hell, they don't think I can do it. And I wasn't sure I could do it either. But we done it for 4 years in a row. It was the biggest bodybuilding show in Scotland. And it's about, I suppose it's about believing in yourself.
For sure.
Even if you know you're going to fuck up along the way, and fuck up, we did. Do you know what I mean? Even with the clothing business, we've fucked up with that. We've lost $8,000 at times putting in orders that we didn't need. It's a learning curve, but you need to go on the journey or you don't come out the other side.
I think there's nothing worse than not fulfilling your own potential. They're the people that are quite bitter and are quite pessimistic because they just don't believe in themselves. Like, I know I don't need anyone else to tell me what or who I am. I know what I'm made of, you know, like, and I back myself every single time. Like, even the last competitive season I did, I had reservations that I wasn't ready. But then I just thought, fuck it. Like, if I'm not ready, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? I'm going to come home without a trophy. And the only person that's going to care is me and my ego. I'll be embarrassed. And I came home with the top trophy, you know? Like, and if I hadn't gone for it, I never would have come. Oh, my God, this guy's back. I can lick your tattoos and your lips. This guy is crazy. I just had a comment I wanted to comment on. Thank you. I've always had reservations to pursue bodybuilding fully and be respectable and have a business and a career too. I think that kind of touches on where I wanted to go with the next part of the conversation. It's about fitness being respectable and not having to be overly sexual on your Instagram. So from my perspective, because I do work in finance and now software, I've always been very conscious about what my bodybuilding page looks like. I only post pictures in athlete poses. Even the transition one is the sexiest one where your bum is out a bit. Yeah. But I don't do anything that would jeopardize my job. Or I'm very aware that when people Google me for my job, this is going to come up. And I'm not going to lie, when I'm looking for a new job, I make this page private because not everyone is as open-minded. And it's a bit crazy what we do to a normal person, right? Yeah. But that just the way you carry yourself, you can run your page yourself like that. You can be respectable. You don't have to be overtly sexual. I think that you are a really good example of that because you've got sexy pictures, but they're always classy, you know. And sometimes even my posing on stage, I'm really in my mind thinking, I don't want to be one of those girls that's just a bit too much and they're a bit sexy and I want it to be classy. I want to be elegant, and you have that in your power to be like that, and it doesn't hold you back. I don't think. I think people respect you a little bit more for it. Yeah. I think that people do respect you more for it, but it's a shit, like, kind of. You have less male followers, but it's fine. I mean, it's a shit kind of balance to need to have. I was very much bullied out of my teaching career, which is how I ended up going full throttle at fitness. Yeah. Because the other teachers couldn't accept that I could also do fitness at the same time. Yeah. So I made a choice there. So I think it is smart. Like, we're not at the stage yet where you can be sexy and, like, I think, so if I was to go for a teaching job now, right, and I was just going for interviews, and I was a really successful teacher for 8 years. I got mega opportunities to get into management, to be a guidance teacher, all the rest of it, until there was a photo of me wearing wings and a bikini that had got back to the head teacher. All of a sudden, everything that I'd achieved as a teacher was devalued by a glittery bikini at wings. So, oh shit, we've stalled. So I think it's a bit like, you know, back maybe about 10 years ago, where you couldn't go for an interview with tattoos and be accepted that that's actually all right, it's fine, it's an expression of self. I feel like we're at that kind of point of the bodybuilding and having a career. It does need to be still on the down low. Hopefully in time that'll be completely different. I think it really depends in where you are working as well. So I was working in private equity. I had to keep this page private. They don't want me to wear nail polish to work, you know. It's a very old school, no earrings. Like I've got, how many have I got on this side? 3 studs. I could only wear 1. It's very, very old school private equity. So I just had to respect that, but that's what was paying my bills, right?
Yeah.
Whereas now, I did at a point just think, is this making me happy? I have to hide a part of who I am? No. Go, you know, let's think about what is actually going to enrich my life. And I changed careers, and now I've got a boss that is proud of me for my achievements, and he's forever telling everyone that I'm British champion, and I'm like, shut up. They're going to Google me and they're going to look at my pictures. And it's so weird. I interviewed someone and then they followed me on this page, and I was just like, because none of my colleagues actually follow this page, thank goodness. And I think they do that for a reason, you know. They don't want to get too far into my personal life, which thank God, because no one wants to see me in my pants on a Sunday and then see me in my suit on a Monday.
Well, I suppose, like, even for the other perspective, if we were employing people and we seen that they were into bondage, or they were a dominatrix on the side, or they were in the sex industry, or even they weren't in the sex industry, say they were an underwear model or something, you probably would see the pictures and go, "Ooh, fucking hell, I didn't expect." You know, it does. It changes your view a bit, but then you need to take that person as they are in front of you. And I think a lot of people judge a book by its cover, and then they can't let go of that. Whereas I might judge somebody on first appearance, and then I'll go, right, actually, that's who you are. There is a lot more to somebody than just what they look like in the photos they put on their Instagram.
Yeah. Someone's asked us what our biggest pet hate is in and about the fitness industry. And for me, actually, it is that judgment. Like, especially when I'm single and I'm dating, there's like, how do I tell this new guy that doesn't know me that I do physique competitions, which makes you instantly sound like you're a narcissist, and all you care about is the way you look, because they could never understand the mental journey and the mental growth you have from putting yourself through a prep and from getting up on stage when you're not a natural born entertainer. Be quiet. And every time. And he's going to want to get on my lap now. So yeah, for me, it's the thing I hate the most isn't actually the sexualization of the industry. It's the prejudgment that I get from people thinking that I'm just some ditzy girl that only cares what she looks like, that's got an eating disorder because I must do if I've got abs, kind of thing. Here he is. Look. Yeah. Oh my lap. What is it for you? Your biggest pet hate about fitness industry?
I think that there's a really strange balance in the fitness industry between it allowing people to grow, and some people really thrive in it, and other people become so in their head that they end up with real issues. They lose confidence. It's not the same journey for everybody.
No.
Like, people go, oh, you're all in the same boat, you're all bodybuilders, but some people are on a calm sea, sunshine and loving life, and other people are doing well. So I feel like the one thing that gets to me is it can really destroy people's confidence, and I think a lot of times that there are such big inspirations out there, people that have trained for years that look incredible, and Instagram gives you this sense that they've looked like that within a year because you're just seeing everything that they're achieving now, and people look at that, and because of that they go, I'm not good enough, I'll never be good enough. And that's not the case. So I think that you need to be strong, and this will either make you stronger in mind or weaker. Yeah. And I think that you need to, what bothers me is when people have inspiration, but they just want to be that person. Yeah. Like, accept that you can be successful and beautiful and sexy and loved in your own right. You don't need to have legs like her, you're going to have legs like you. Yeah. You can be an inspiration. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's what bothers me. That it is kind of, a lot of people look at it and they go, bodybuilding's amazing, it's done so much for me, and it has. But there's people on the flip side of that it's really caused some massive issues for.
I've got a lot of ex-competitor friends that have got so much bitterness towards competing, and they can't understand why I want to. It's, you know, it's this and it's that, and it's like, I think we all have our own separate experiences. Like, I don't find prep that difficult compared to some others because I lean up really quickly, and that's prep, right? But in the bloody off season, I'm struggling because I don't build muscle very easily, and other people have it the other way around. And everyone's journey is different. I think everyone's support system is different as well, and just the level of how you feel about yourself is also different. My self-esteem's not based on the way I look because I didn't grow up in a social media time, you know, like when I was 24, I did not have an Instagram. I think I only just started my Facebook when I was 25, and it's not the same now, you know. My self-esteem's based on my intelligence and like my successes and how I make other people feel, you know, my friendships, my productivity, my work. And the absolute last thing is the way I look. And I'm not going to be stupid and say I don't care what I look like, because everyone wants to look good. Yeah. But I also don't care if I look shit.
No.
Like,
and I think that we need to remember that in this Instagram sphere, we've surrounded ourselves with people that do value aesthetics. That's what impresses them. So you'll put a post out of you shredded and they'll be like, wow, fucking hell, you look brilliant. Because we're in that sphere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If we were in a different sphere and I put a photo out of myself looking curvy, people might go, oh, you look amazing, I want those curves. So it's relative, and I think that's what needs to be remembered before it destroys people's brains.
Someone else has asked, I suppose it really joins into, how did you build your Instagram following? Because I was about to say that during a competition season or when I'm dieting is when I will pick up a lot more traction for followers, because everyone wants to see your body transformation. They want to see this shredded little human. And then in the off season, it's very different. And then the people that do follow me are very different kinds of people that would follow me when I'm dieting.
Yeah, I think the same. A lot of my followers come for when I'm going through a comp prep. Or they used to anyway. They used to come for that. I'd say, like when I went, I think the kind of biggest my following grew in the one time frame was when I went to America to compete. So it's always that kind of stepping out your comfort zone. Because obviously, if I seen you were going to America to compete, I've seen you competing here. So I'd be more inclined to watch everything you were saying, because I'm like, she's doing something new. So when you're kind of one of the first people to do something new, I think you get a lot of new following. But then of course, like, as soon as you're finished that, some of them are just like, okay,
drop off the face of the earth, right? Yeah.
So
they've got to identify with your content, don't they? You have to provide value and what they think is valuable. I've really noticed that. So obviously I've been doing these lives, everyone's stuck at home, no one's got anything to do, so my following's growing now because of the lives. And I expect, because it looks like I'll probably take this year off now, I only want to prep for Worlds, and I doubt it's going to be this year, and I'm sure that a lot of those people that were following me because I was halfway through a prep are going to be like, bye, see you next year, kind of thing. And that's fine. I've really never concerned myself with who follows me. You know, I think there's apps that you can see who has unfollowed you. I don't have those apps.
No,
because
me
it's
neither.
not healthy for me mentally. I'm like an addictive personality as well, and I love metrics. So I'm like, I'd be on that app constantly, like, oh, why has Shelley 102 unfollowed me? You know, like, it's not healthy mentally.
Nah, it's not healthy mentally, because I think that as much as I don't give a fuck, I don't set out to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if I'm just not engaging with somebody's content, or I'm not enjoying it, and I unfollow them, I unfollow them because I'm not interested. But I wouldn't want them to feel hurt by that.
Yeah.
That would affect me to know that, because as much as I'm a loudmouth, it's what you said. I do care about people, and I care about women, and I wouldn't want them to think Mags doesn't like me. And yet a lot of people seem to think that. But I'm usually quite indifferent. Like, I'm not sitting thinking, oh, I fucking don't like that person. I'm just not engaging with your content. So right now I'm not looking. That's all.
I just follow people I know. And
Same.
people that I can learn from. They're my 2 reasons for being on Instagram. And if I followed everybody that followed me, I wouldn't see the content from my actual friends.
Yes.
And then I wouldn't be able to engage with them. So for me, that's kind of my kind of rule. Obviously, there's going to be some deviations, but generally, it's my friends and educational, like coaches or memes. Oh God, loads of memes pages as well.
Yeah.
And then to say, how did you build your Instagram following? I just think you just got to keep plugging away at who you are. You can't fake it because you won't have genuine interaction. Like, you just got to be yourself. Sometimes you do kind of have to find your niche. I suppose mine is, obviously, I'm like fucking pin up for older competitors now. So I've got all the Masters girls that follow me, you know, and people that like to see other people cry on the internet follow me.
Do you know what I think? I think that's not the question, right? So like that should never be the question. So I would never come into something and think, I want to have a big Instagram following, or I want to be a big YouTuber. That's a byproduct.
Yeah.
Of you just sharing what you're passionate about. It's not something that can be forced.
No, it can't.
It is something that should be organic.
Yeah.
And some people absolutely take off with that. Like Tom, for example, he posted one picture 4 years ago of him in red shorts on a balcony in Vegas. That picture went viral, and he's got 800. He wakes up to 100,000 million followers or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he did not set out, and I've had this discussion with him. He did not set out to be like, I want to be famous on Instagram. That is my goal. He was just passionate about bodybuilding. Turns out he was good at it. He's hot. He posted a picture. People responded. Yeah. So I think it's about following what you're into and just keep doing it.
Just be yourself.
There are benefits to having a decent following on Instagram. Like, obviously I see it in the relationship I'm in. So I get kind of smaller benefits. Like, I get to work with companies. I maybe get some 10% of sales or whatever. Tom gets paid a fortune to work with companies. So there is obviously a benefit and a business side to it. But I don't feel like that was never his initial goal. It was never my initial goal.
Yeah.
That's not what to be aiming for.
No, you just got to be yourself and let it grow. And you've got to be patient, like everything, right? Like, it just, I mean, I don't like people if I feel like I can't trust them. You know, so if you say that something tastes like shit, I know it's going to taste like shit, even if you've been sent it. I'm the same. Like, if someone sends me something to try and I don't like it, I'm not going to put up a glowing review just because they gave it to me for free.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do that. I have to believe in everything I'm saying because integrity is so important to me.
Yeah.
And they're the pages that I watch as well. People that it's kind of like reputable for me, and I trust them because they are just honest. I like honesty. I have been asked. Go on.
Sorry. No, I'm the same. I can't lie about products. Like, even if somebody turned around and said to me, I will pay you £1,000 to do this one post, I'd fucking love £1,000. That's easy money. Yeah. But I just wouldn't do that to the people that have actually stuck with me and followed me and invested in what I say to them. It just completely takes everything that you've ever tried to work towards away.
Yeah. I think that people will believe what you say then as well. You know, like, for me, if I say a product is good or the clothing is good, it's good. Like, there's no bullshit here. And even, I mean, one of my sponsors, I think that I get the highest sales from my code with them, but I've got the lowest amount of followers. And it's just because my followers know that if I've said it's good, it's because it's good and it's part of my lifestyle, you know? Although people do think that Monster is good, like Kim saying, you guys and your Monsters, just because we drink it, it just tastes nice. Yeah. You know, it's just nice. Somebody's asked, she's starting out as a new coach, and obviously you're a coach yourself. What is an adequate amount of knowledge to get started as a coach? Like, how did you think, okay, I'm ready to do this?
Oh, that's a tough question. Because it does come with experience. It's like you can read all the books and you can watch all the videos, but until you're dealing with individual people one-on-one, you're not going to learn everything that you need to know. Do you know,
Yeah.
like I sat as a school teacher, learning how to be a teacher, but then actually being a teacher was completely fucking different. You
Yeah.
can't anticipate everything that people are going to come to you with, but you also need to set out a clear path of what type of coach you're going to be. So I do give my clients nutrition training, but I also try and give them mental advice on their mindset and how to get through things based on experience.
Yeah.
So like I've not studied psychology, so I can only give them advice from my experience, but I've had a lot of experience in mental health. So I feel like you need to be clear. Like you shouldn't be advising somebody. It would almost be like if a client came to me and said they had bad anxiety and I had never experienced anxiety, I'd be a bit like, well, just get a grip of yourself.
Just feel better. Yeah.
Just feel better.
Yeah.
So it needs to, a lot of the work that you do needs to come for your personal experience. The more you can experience, the better. Obviously, I wouldn't wish hardship or depression or bad mental health on anybody.
Yeah.
But if it's something that you've managed to get through, then you're entitled to say, listen, this is what helped me.
Yeah.
It might not be what helps that person, but a wee bit it might. So,
and sometimes just a bit of empathy goes a long way, right? I can remember at the start of the lockdown, I didn't check in, and my coach was just literally like, "Are you okay?" And I just sent back a voice note going, "Yeah, I'm fine." Like blah blah blah. And she rang me for about an hour, and she was like, "I can tell you're not fine. You know, like, do you want to chat?" And she doesn't have experience in what I've been through, thank God. But she just had enough about her to know, like, I can't help her, but I can just be here and show her that I'm here. And that's all I needed, was someone to talk to, because I'd been locked in the house on my own for 4 weeks, you know. I think that having that kind of insight into your clients is so important. And also, you're in control of who you take on, right? So if you have someone that it's not going to work, you shouldn't coach them. You've got to fit together really well.
Yeah, it is. Like, I think people underestimate the type of relationship it is, because it is a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a transaction. It's not like you're coming into a shop and buying something.
Yeah.
I speak to people every week and I get super invested in them. And it's like, I know what they've been through. I know if they broke up with a boyfriend. I know if they're suffering depression.
Yeah.
I know their life. Even if I'm only speaking to them once a week or watching them through Instagram, on my side, I feel like I make a real personal connection with them. And I think that being a coach is almost about giving people space to talk. Like, you need to be a good listener.
Yeah.
Because most of the time people are just waiting for their turn to talk. It's not about you. So I could be online going, I'm the fucking greatest coach in the world, blah, blah, blah. And I personally don't respond to that type of coaches, because I think this is all about you and how amazing you are, and that you're the best coach ever. And I'm like, if that is true, it wouldn't be coming for you. It'd be coming for your clients.
Yeah.
So what I'd say is, if with coaching, if you're trying to start out in coaching, it's not about you. It's about how you make other people feel.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff. I think you're not just a physique coach, you know. It's not just diet and exercise. It is a counsellor and a friend, you know.
It is, and you need to be aware of no giving unsolicited advice. Do you know what I mean? So, like, from my perspective, when I had bad mental health, I remember going to the doctors, and I was like, just give me anything, like, take this away. And he said to me something that stuck with me. He was like, if you don't feel this just now, you're going to feel it later. And I was like, okay, I'll just feel it. But if I was to give that advice to somebody else, that could completely tip them all the edge. So I can say that worked for me, but see, if you need to take the tablets, take them. Yeah. So like, everybody's so different. There isn't one way fits all. Never is for anything.
No. Someone's asked, what are your thoughts on ball busting? I hope he means like metaphorically. I would say there's something about confident, strong women that people think you're a ball buster. I'm not. You know,
No.
my boyfriend would never feel like I'm the one that is breaking his balls. I'm extremely patient, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And very like, you do you make your own mistakes. Like, I'll be here to support you when you need it, but I'm not demanding at all.
No.
Because I've got my own shit going on, and I've got my own shit going, like literally, like I'm independent, and I think that I'm not demanding. It's like, I demand on myself and actually the quality of people. So I think my ex-boyfriend was just like, I can't operate at your level. And it was like, all I'm asking you to do is be the best version of yourself every day, whatever that is. Like, it doesn't mean you have to be me.
Do you find as well that as soon as you're perceived as a strong woman, people seem to think that you don't like men? Or do you know what I mean? It's like you're a feminist and that's it, because that's not the truth. Like,
I get it as well when people think if I didn't work out with my boyfriend, oh, you always go for fuck boys. And I'm like, never in my life have I chosen to be with someone like that. Sometimes it ends up you just don't work. Sometimes they cheat on you. That's their thing. It's not me.
And I actually think a lot of that kind of cheating, this is going to sound weird, but I feel like when you're maybe the more dominant one in the relationship, or deemed in some way to be a wee bit more successful in certain aspects, it does emasculate the guy and they look elsewhere. Yeah. Because they're like what you say is, I can't keep up with you on your level. Yeah. But you're not asking them to. Yeah. Just be the best version of yourself. Yes. You know, whatever that is as well. It doesn't mean it's the same. My version of myself is different to someone else's. Yeah. I do find that your dating pool gets much smaller the more successful you get. Yes. For sure. It takes a strong man and an independent man to be with a strong woman. And sometimes they like the idea of it, but the reality of it, they don't like, because it's 24/7 work, isn't it? To be good at anything, you've got to keep practicing. Yeah. Even when I prep, it's the second prep that I've had a new relationship, and I've had to sit down and say, look, it's going to be like this, you know, like, and I'm not going to have time for you. And if you want to see me, you're going to have to train with me, you know, or I'm going to eat out of my Tupperware, but it doesn't bother me if you eat a pizza. Like, that's fine. Like, and they just are a bit like, ooh. And why do you go so hard? Why do you work so hard? Why are you so tired? I remember my ex-boyfriend saying, you don't look good. You don't feel good. Like, why are you bothering to do this? And I was about 4 weeks out from the British. And I was like, you'll see. You'll see why. And, you know, and when you come off the stage and you've done well, and they're like, oh, okay. I tell you what, before I won the British, every single person I come into contact with, why do you do this? Why would you put yourself through it? And since that day, not a single person has asked me why. Because it's kind of validated it, I suppose. Like, yeah. But I think it's really sad that you have to have had success for people to deem what you do as worthy. Yeah, because they see the end result, but they don't see the transferable skills. If I'd never went into bodybuilding, I probably wouldn't have the resilience to keep getting back up and trying to run a business day after day and trying to make it more successful. I would probably be terrified of failure. I would never step outside of my comfort zone. Yeah. There is so much you can learn. Like, some people don't learn any of that for it. They just see it as, but if you've got the scope, then there is so much you can learn for going through that type of process. Yeah. For sure. I do think that if you're going to be in fitness in any way, you need to have multiple revenue streams, because if one thing goes down, that's it, right? Like, and this is an industry where you can dip in and out of little things like coaching, posing, maybe not bikinis, you know, but stuff that takes less. And that's the thing as well, though. A lot of people are scared to do that because, like, I think that you look at people that have done it well, and you go, oh, what might people think of me if I try and get into that, or maybe if I try and teach a bit of posing. Yeah. The truth is, see, the people that have done that well, they probably won't even notice that you're doing it. And if they do, they'll probably be like, good for you, fucking go for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because anybody that's already successful isn't really threatened by somebody else's success, because what you're offering is personal to you.
Yeah.
So it's why I've not got a problem with other people coaching. Do you know what I mean? Because I know that the people that are with me are there because they're getting a bit of me.
Yeah.
And the people that are with other people have got, like, we're not all the same. So it's like there is enough sunshine for everybody.
For sure. I find that about everyone always thinks that competing. Guys. Ooh.
I've got Cooper snoring down here as well. That's what that is.
Yeah, they think that competing and fitness is going to be really bitchy because it's all women. Oh my God. Come on, guys. Right, they're just going to fight until it... You see them literally like facing off. They think it's going to be bitchy because we're up against each other, but actually it couldn't be further from the truth in PCA, in my experience. I don't know what the other federations are like. We all are friends, you know, like, and I find, as you said, like when other people are doing the same thing as me, so the other masters competitors, for example, that I'm up against, they just make me bring my A game day in and day out because I want to win. So actually it's a lot of value to have these really good guys peers, because no treats for you later. But yeah, they make me better because they're good, you know, like.
Yeah, and that's like, I think with the reading and stuff we've probably both done at times, it is like, it is what they say, you know, if you surround yourself with that higher level of people, then you need to step up.
Yeah.
You need to step up. You've not got a choice.
Yeah.
Like if they say something like, if you're the smartest in your group, then you're in the wrong group.
Yeah, definitely.
You need to keep trying to climb the ladder.
I like being challenged by the people around me. Same. It's just constant growth, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think that's actually what I wanted to say at some point. I used to be scared of trying everything, right? So I love routine. I love consistency. I don't particularly enjoy change. And I would be scared that I'd make an arse of myself, scared that I'd fuck it up, scared that I'd embarrass somebody else. Really fearful in a lot of things. And then I feel like you need to kind of flip that and, sounds weird, but thrive on that wee scary feeling. Like, you know, the people that love roller coasters because there's a bit of danger involved. Yeah. You need to take that into your personal space and just roll.
Use it as your fuel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so, definitely. I've forgotten what I was going to say now. We've got 2 minutes left.
These big brains. These big brains. That's for us.
In our last 2 minutes, do you have any last pearls of wisdom for anybody listening in today?
Oh, I think that what we've talked, one of the most important things we've talked about is learning to care less about what other people think.
I tell you what, even setting up these lives, I just thought, at first I wasn't going to do it because I was like, people are going to just think, who the fuck is she? Like, I've got a small following compared to everyone else, and I don't really do the game. I don't network. I don't do any of that shit. But I just thought, fuck it. Do you know what? I really want to do it. And it's been so well received. And I'm sure there's some people back there going, meh, 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 meh. But I've had much better feedback from people that needed to hear some of the stuff we're talking about, you know?
I think the thing is, it's dead easy to have 100 people go, that was amazing, and have 2 people go, who the fuck do they think they are? And it's that negative thing that you zoom in on. It's like your body image. You look at yourself in the mirror and you've got 5, 6 good things going on.
Yeah.
I'm feeling myself, and then you zoom in on the wee negative. That's not where you put your energy.
No, it's true. Well, we've got 35 seconds. All I'm going to say, guys, is just be your fucking self and don't give a fuck. Like, that's how Mags and I live our lives. Just be your bloody self. And the right people will gravitate to you, and the wrong ones will distance. And then your life is going to be great.
Yep. That was a
Thank you so much, Mags. It
Thank
will
you.
be on my IGTV for the person that's just asked, and I'm going to put it on my YouTube too, and I will tag Mags in a story so you can find me.
Okay, right.
Thank you so much.
Bye.